Hello, my name is Jessica Taguding, and in this video, I will be explaining how to complete the school year 2021 discipline data validation. DC PCSB shares discipline data with OSSI to fulfill local and federal reporting requirements. Per the DC PCSB data and document submission policy, Charter LEAs are expected to upload discipline records to DC PCSB once a month. Then, at the end of the year, LEAs have the opportunity to review the data for accuracy and complete a one-time end-of-year validation. Following validation, DC PCSB shares discipline data for the charter sector with OSSI. After this video, you will understand how to complete this annual end-of-year discipline data validation with DC PCSB. To begin, navigate to the DC PCSB hub at dcpcsb.quickbase.com. Once there, select the button for the discipline dashboard. As a reminder, there are a number of tasks that you can complete using the discipline dashboard. You may upload new or updated discipline records, review all records submitted this year, learn about correcting data conflicts, or open a data ticket. However, in this video, we will be discussing completing the data validation. So, you'll want to click on the link on the left-hand side for Discipline Data Sharing Declaration and Validation Form. On the next screen, you'll see your LEA's name. Click on the link to be taken to the validation form. There are 3 parts to the discipline validation form, and we will walk through each. First, you'll see the LEA Data Sharing Declaration. This indicates whether or not DC PCSB may share discipline data with OSSI on your LEA's behalf. You'll notice that this section is already completed. All LEAs completed the declaration in October as part of the first monthly discipline data collection this year. It can no longer be edited. However, if you need to discuss changing your data sharing declaration because you no longer agree with the declaration that you originally supplied, you may open a data ticket to discuss changing your declaration. To do so, please open a support ticket with the discipline category. The next section that you'll see are the data quality errors. Data quality errors are caused by discrepancies between what you've reported in discipline data and what you've reported in your attendance and enrollment data. If you see errors, you want to review your errors and make any necessary corrections prior to validation. Generally, PCSB will not allow LEAs with significant errors, particularly unreported suspensions or expulsions, to complete validation. So you'll want to see no errors reported here before you validate. If you have any questions about why you are seeing errors or how to correct them, you may return to the main discipline page and click on the training manual to learn more about correcting data conflicts. That is the training manual link under the link that says Review and Correct Data Quality Errors. Moving down, the third section of the page contains the discipline validation. There are 2 components to this section. First, LEAs must review the validation statements that describe the scope of the discipline records that you have reported for the year. Then, LEAs must click Validate to confirm the accuracy of the discipline data. As a reminder, you will not be able to modify your discipline data or the validation statements after you click Validate. So, starting with the validation statements, you will see validation statements for each type of, 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 The validation statements are set to a default value of the LEA has provided accurate and complete data to DC PCSB. However, you may change the values by using the pencil icon. So click the pencil to edit if you wish to change any of your validation statements. For out-of-school suspension, expulsion, and exclusion, you will see two choices. The LEA has provided accurate and complete data to DC PCSB, which is the default, or the LEA has 0 disciplinary actions to report. For in-school suspension and school-based intervention, you will see those two plus one additional option. The LEA has not provided any disciplinary actions to DC PCSB. The reason that these are different is because DC PCSB requires all LEAs to report out-of-school suspensions, expulsions, and exclusions as part of the monthly collection. Therefore, your LEA should have been providing accurate and complete data throughout the year, and we should have your full record of these incidents for the year at this time. That said, we know in this unusual school year many LEAs did not have exclusionary discipline to report. If you have not had any incidents to report, you may select the second option. The LEA has 0 disciplinary actions to report to clarify this. For in-school suspension and school-based intervention, DC PCSB does not require LEAs to report these, though LEAs are expected to share these data with OSSI and therefore have the option of sharing them with DC PCSB throughout the year. For this reason, LEAs have the third option. The LEA has not provided any disciplinary actions to DC PCSB for these types of incidents only. This clarifies that the LEA has in-school suspension and school-based intervention records to report, but the LEA has chosen not to report those records to DC PCSB. LEAs which select this option will be expected to share those records with OSSI in August, as it is a required part of the OSSI collection. Once you are satisfied with your validation statements, we encourage you to review the aggregate data that you see in this section. You'll see two tables here: the number of discipline records by disciplinary action taken and the annual report discipline rates. We encourage you to confirm the accuracy of these data before you click Validate. The first, number of discipline records by disciplinary action, shows the total number of records that you have reported to DC PCSB. The numbers here should match your internal records for the year. The annual report discipline rates show the percent of students suspended and percent of students expelled. This will be reported in your LEA's annual report in the fall, and so you should take a moment to ensure that these data are accurate. Completing the validation. At this point, we have reviewed correcting any outstanding errors, reviewing your validation statements, reviewing the total number of records, and reviewing the annual report rates. After confirming the accuracy of these elements, you are ready to complete validation. Simply click Validate in this box to complete the validation process. Note that you will not be able to modify your discipline data or the validation statements after you click Complete. When you click Validate, you should see your name appear in the Validated By and the time appear in the Validated At boxes. Once you have completed validation, if you have elected to have DC PCSB share discipline data with OSSI on your behalf, your discipline data will be shared once the validation is complete. Otherwise, if you have not elected to have DC PCSB share discipline data, you will be required to share it with OSSI directly using their instructions and template. Those materials are typically released in early August. If you have any questions, please open a ticket using the discipline category, or you may reach out to me directly at jtaguding@dcpcsb.org. Thank you for taking the time to make sure that your discipline data is accurate and complete for the 2021 school year.